After 4 years of radio silence, disgraced broadcaster Jian Ghomeshi is speaking out in his own terms, releasing a personal essay in a U.S. publication. But some aren't happy to hear from the former radio broadcaster who was acquitted of sexual assault. They say he doesn't deserve a platform to make a comeback until he's made amends with the women involved.
I also think about the publications that give him a platform. I wonder how much they want to get money from this. Like, I feel like this is about economics. The idea that this clickbait article will create more buzz about their publication, but who benefits from that and who doesn't? And survivors are not benefiting from that conversation.
In a nearly 3,500-word essay titled Reflections from a Hashtag, Jian Ghomeshi speaks about life in the 4 years since he was accused and acquitted of sexually assaulting 3 different women. He reflects on the suicidal thoughts he entertained in the weeks after, the barrage of hate mail he received, and the racism he endured. As for his account of what exactly happened with the women who accused him, he says this: "Even as I feel deep remorse about how I treated some people in my life, I cannot confess to the accusations that are inaccurate. What I do confess is that I was emotionally thoughtless in the way I treated those I dated and tried to date. As well, I leveraged my influence and status to try to entice women and lead them on when they were interested. There were all sorts of old-fashioned words to describe men like this: player, creep, cad, Lothario. Hardly a mea culpa, says Farah Khan, coordinator of Ryerson's Office of Sexual Violence Support and Education.
This person was accused by multiple people of committing sexual violence, not only in his personal life, but in his work life. So I would want him to be accountable and not brush this off as something about him being egotistical and kind of a crappy partner.
Ghomeshi also talks about his impact on the origins of the Me Too movement since his very public trial, writing, "Since then, I've become a hashtag. One of my female friends quipped that I should get some kind of public recognition as a hashtag Me Too pioneer. There are lots of guys more hated than me now, but I was the guy everyone hated first."
It's insulting to everyone that's part of this movement. Sexual violence movements have been built by people who've been harmed, by survivors. It's not built by people who've caused harm. And so he needs to check himself on that comment.
Khan says she hopes the very public discussion about Ghomeshi and the right for accused men to be redeemed comes with a conversation about sexual violence that's centered around survivors. Do you think that he deserves at any time to be able to come back to his career and not feel like he has to carry this for the rest of his life? Or?
Well, I think he has to do the work, and there's an accountability there. And right now that article does not show that he's being accountable. I don't believe anybody is disposable, and I don't think we should treat them. You know, there's not an island of rapists that people can be sent to. We have to really recognize that people amongst us and ourselves cause harm, and we have to think about how we can be accountable, how we do that work, and how we speak about it in public spaces, and he needs to do that work.